Hi, Paavan. Thanks so much for being here with me today.
Absolutely. Excited to be here.
Congratulations on becoming one of our accredited members with ERT. And I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about your path, how you got there, all the ins and outs.
Absolutely. I think it's been an interesting journey.
100%. Paavan, remind me, when did you join ERT?
So interestingly enough, I joined in January of 2022, right?
Hmm.
Somebody called me. I joined, I think it was called a team-based model or something at that time. And but I didn't do anything. They said I have access to this training for an extended period of time. Didn't really do anything. But that year there was a Nashville conference, right? And sort of attended the conference just because I went to college at Vanderbilt, and so I really just wanted to go visit Vanderbilt. But I was like, okay, while
Right?
I'm going there, might as well visit this conference. And that sort of became the catalyst, and then interestingly enough, became a catalyst member in October of 2022. And that was because Ken at EAT essentially worked with us and offered for, hey, if you move your business over, we can take care of the catalyst fees. And so that became an interesting introduction for me, for the upgrade. And so, yeah, and ever since then, then became a Fusion member in April of 23.
Hmm, great. Well, we're lucky to have you here. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Did anything initially hold you back from working with the VFO? And if so, what changed your mind to start implementing working with the VFO specialists?
So not really. It was just a little difficult at that time to figure out how to do it and offer the service, right? But then the Nashville conference is what excited me is the proactive planning presentation and doing the proactive planning fee. That really just changed the paradigm of how we could leverage this as a service and give our clients access to the VFO, right? And
Mm,
really understanding what the family office structure really meant. So, but once I understood it, it just, I don't think there was no holding back.
mhm. So to build on that, can you talk about how adding the virtual family office to your firm's offering has impacted your clients' perception of your firm?
I think the biggest perception change was within me of what my
Mm,
firm could be, right? And that outwardly has expressed itself into what my clients perceive of us. So we are a non-traditional proactive planning organization working with CPAs, attorneys, advisors, and it's a multidisciplinary firm where we focus on five primary areas of advanced tax planning, wealth management, legal services, business advisory, and risk management, right? And
mhm.
that, that perception was just never there before because I thought I was just an insurance guy, right? And then it turned out into I could offer my clients so much more. And once I changed that perception internally, it was automatic in how my clients started to perceive what we do, and they just truly value that. And we're now a valuable asset
Mm,
to all of their planning, right?
love it. Sounds like you got your little spiel down. Perfect. Encompass all of the five areas of the VFO. This is what we do, how we do it.
That's right.
Awesome. Can
Yep.
you share an example of a VFO case that you've done recently and what the impact was for your client?
Yeah, so there's quite a few that we've done. So one I'll just mention, there was a gentleman lives in the state of Florida, so no state income tax, but federal. He was at a $5 million income, roughly, and he had about $2 million of federal taxes that he had to pay. And we helped him reduce his taxes by about $1.7 million. All
Wow.
right. And it was pretty significant. And at that time, I thought I was charging really high by saying around $9,000 proactive planning fee. But then, for 2024, his income has increased and all of that, but we're implementing strategies um, with the Native American tax credit. We implemented last year the 831 B. We did the volcanic ash. We did oil and gas strategies, and with all of those layered, multi-layered approach, this year we put it into a structure, and it's more value-based billing, and it's providing, hey, if you do one strategy, if you do two strategies and three strategies, and the fee is, irrespective of that. So it's significantly a lot more, but the clients are absolutely willing to pay for it because we're providing value that's almost, 6 to 12x plus.
Mm, yep. Yeah, such a big impact for the client. Thanks so much for sharing that. So, kind of shifting gears a little from the value to the client, shifting gears to the value for the CPA. So, how have you and your CPA, either partner or partners, worked together to implement the VFO?
Yeah, that's been really interesting. It's been an awesome journey. So one of my existing clients, I had direct client that had a CPA, and so he introduced me to his CPA with the VFO strategy, so they can file their taxes. And after introducing that, I sort of said, hey, this could potentially be used for your other clients, and that's what he was actually asking as well too, is can it be used for other people? But he really wanted to do his due diligence. So we spent, okay, why don't we spend some time talking through that? And so we built over the year this relationship um, that has allowed us to really get deep in understanding. But now it's just started off with one of his, and one person from the practice, and now all three partners,
Mm,
right, are part of it, and they tell me about how much value that we're adding to them and their clients. And one of them just said on a side note, Paavan, I'm sort of done working for peanuts, and just giving away free advice. This is just incredible at what we're able to do and the value that we're able to bring to be able to reduce taxes. But also, not only that, every time we've done, the client information questionnaire or the CIQ and the process, the CPA always walks out like, wow, I didn't even know the client had this scenario and that scenario and things like that. And they just recognize how much value we can provide to the clients, and it's not just limited to tax strategies but beyond that as well too. So we
mm,
work with a number of CPA clients that we've done their tax strategies, we've done risk mitigation strategies, we've done helped them establish trust and estate plans, we've done a number of other areas, and the client feel it's a lot more a value that they were looking for, and they have told the CPAs that this is just great. And so the CPAs have really now started leaning into it a lot. So the
mm,
value to those CPAs has just been incredible, to the point that, a CPA never likes to miss any time during tax planning season. But when it comes to our meetings that are scheduled on a regular basis, they never want to miss it, you know?
mm.
You're saying that's the
Love
most
it. Putting,
yeah. Yep.
yeah, you're putting a team in the team-based model, one CPA at a time.
Right.
That popped in my head as soon as you were talking about it. So that's awesome. And then to piggyback a little bit on that, Paavan, what additional positive changes perhaps have you seen your CPA partner or partners, have they personally seen in their firm, their clients, even their personal life since they've become a part of what I mentioned, your team?
Yeah. So I've seen a change and shift in like what they envision their organization to be and
Mm,
how they can service their clients instead of just a tax filing organization to a tax advisory organization. And just them recognizing that there's more that can be done, and they don't have to try to focus on every client's scenario, but they can focus on the top A and B clients, right?
mm,
And so just going through their process and identifying the clients that add value to them and that they can add value to, and with the clients they want to work with, right? And then
Mm,
learning and identifying clients that they can potentially sort of let go, right? And they can detach themselves from so that their lifestyle can improve. So I see there's a progression that's not going to happen over the first year, but over time, there can be a lot of value add in terms of lifestyle, in terms of overall revenue and income, um, and how we integrate. So with a couple of my CPA partners, we're looking at doing certain type of books as well too,
mm,
right?
mm.
And so one of my partners, they already had a book, but they think they said they only sold one copy of that book, and which was to themselves, right? And so
Yeah.
them partnering with me on that, we've already had a best-selling book. Now to be able to create another book that could be potentially an asset to them.
Mm.
So,
Awesome. And how powerful to be able to bring more balance into somebody's life to where they're successful, but then they can still maintain their family, their personal life, the things they like to do. Like that alone is so powerful in itself. So thanks for
yep.
sharing that. And thank you so much for speaking to the value of the VFO for your clients and the CPAs. But we're going to shift gears a little bit more to you and your personal growth. So, are you looking to grow your firm? And if so, what would you like to share with your fellow ERT members?
We are absolutely looking to grow. So we've already hired two individuals this year in the last several months. One proactive coordinator in person and in person advanced planning, consultant, right? And we are
Yep.
looking to add additional proactive coordinators. Just so you guys know, this is the first year we started off with strategic partners. And so last year we didn't have any strategic partners really. This year we did. And we have now 9+ successful growing strategic partners that are baiting it out and testing it out. And so what we see is that once they start, really ramping up, then there's no way I'm going to become the bottleneck if I'm doing all of the meetings. So I need additional people that can duplicate what I'm doing, right? And so we're looking for additional proactive coordinators. We're looking for additional advanced planning consultants, as we would say, to be a part of the team, and even just overall, there's future potential for somebody that wants to be able to help grow our business development in other areas as well too. So absolutely looking for additional partners to be part of our growing team. We have demand that exceeds what we can currently do. So it's a great environment to be in.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And would you like to mentor other ERT members?
Yeah, I think I've really enjoyed that because I see a lot of people that struggle that love the idea but fail at implementation, right?
Mm,
They're excited about it, but don't know how to get started. And I feel fortunate for me to be able to sort of break through that space and how to be able to implement it. So I can help alleviate, those some of those struggles by mentoring other individuals to be able to do it, and so that they can grow beyond, what it is conceptually, right, and put it
mm,
into the right? So
love
absolutely
it.
good to mentor the right person for sure.
Sounds great. And then, Paavan, what is one word to describe your growth that can be personally, professionally, financially since you joined ERT?
10x.
One word. Okay. Two words.
So maybe it's exponential, right? Is the one word that I would say. Um, Starting off, the VFO was the 10x, right?
Mm,
CPA relationship was the next 10x, right? And then it's just other strategic partners as another 10x. So it's like everything that we're doing and touching has been 10x growth, right?
Mm,
In theory, right? And in principle as well too. So I think there's been a tremendous exponential growth personally, in terms of my financial acumen, my own knowledge, but then personally as in terms of like, hey, how where do I want to take my practice to? And I
mm,
didn't realize what I could do before, right? And just saw myself as an insurance agent, right? But I knew I wanted to be more, right? And
mm,
this is what ERT really, credit goes to ERT for being able to create a platform and education and the support structure and the community to be able to do that for us to be able to thrive. But I think the word I would say it would be exponential. If I could do two words, it's tones.
okay, okay. One word exponential, two words 10x. Take it for what it is. No, thanks, Bob, and great insights. And thank you for sharing with the community. And congratulations again on your success that we've seen through this evolution. And I know big things are just going to continue exponentially grow for you. So thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it.